And there we are.
We are there.
New studio setup seems to be working nicely.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
How are you?
It's Saturday night.
Snowy Saturday.
Snowy Saturday. We're already nice and mellow. We're drinking some wine tonight, folks. We're classing it up. Drinking some Di Matteo Vineyards Black Eye wine.
It's just cherry juice.
It's just alcoholic cherry. It's cherry juice that gets you fucked up is what it is, and it's delicious. And I really wish they could sell it to New York State, but you gotta go to Jersey to get it. It's worth the trip.
Did you at least wipe the bottle off before you brought it over?
Oh, that's good shit.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
I don't even like wine, and that is
Because it doesn't taste like wine.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh,
we're not
my
here to talk
goodness.
about wine.
We're here to talk about Terminator 2.
Yeah. Yes, we are. We watched Terminator 2 for this week.
My second favorite Terminator movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Blasphemous.
Is it though?
No. This is clearly the fucking better movie.
It's the glossier, fancier, more action-packed movie. I'll give you that. I don't find it to be the better movie.
Oh, dude.
Oh, we'll get into it. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I dislike this movie.
Yeah.
It's not like this movie sucks. It's the original just squeaks out ahead of this one for me.
Oh, yeah. I cannot say the same. This is my favorite Terminator.
Well, this is the fucking prototype for the 90s action movie.
Yeah.
It really is.
Some sci-fi action, like killer robots.
Just the way it looks, like
Yeah.
the pacing, everything. It's
the gritty, like grim future.
well, that comes out of the first one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the look of it all is like something you see in a lot of '90s like sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should also mention that we are kicking off January.
Yeah, because we're idiots.
Yeah, because we're dumb and we have to think up themes like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna be doing number 2 movies and sequels.
Yeah. So in
I'm sure we'll be getting a couple of number 2 movies in there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the theme going for the live streams and the YouTube videos. Obviously, the audio podcast format is going to fall behind a week or two.
January is going to bleed into February.
Yeah. Shame on our houses. Yeah, no, this movie is mega fun, and it's so culturally important to people of our generation.
Yeah. It's one of those movies where you don't even have to have seen the movie to know everything that happens in the movie because it's referenced so many other times and so
it's
throughout
everywhere.
pop culture.
It became a fucking pop culture juggernaut.
Yeah.
And with good reason. It's a fancy, big piece of eye candy, start to finish. Everything looks gorgeous in this movie.
I really, truly think this, this I don't know, this is not necessarily a hot take, but, I really think this was the peak of fucking big cinema action movies. I don't think anything has ever topped this.
In scope?
I think in scope, in the look, and just the quality of it, I think everything that's come after it has been, it owes a debt to this movie.
It's an imposter to the throne, for sure.
Imposter to the throne.
Everything that comes after it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say no. This is the throne, man.
No, this is the king of the '90s action movie, and
I mean,
that's undeniable.
Just some of the fucking set pieces, things you're never gonna fucking see today. Specifically,
you mean real sets?
Real action stunts. Dude, they fly a fucking helicopter under an underpass in a high-speed chase. That's not fucking CGI. Somebody did that.
Yeah, there's motherfuckers on motorcycles in a goddamn, what the hell are they called? In California, the fucking runoff fucking ditches.
Yeah.
What are they called?
It's right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
I know it's the LA River though. Is
Yeah.
It's just shit. You're everything they do in this movie would be done with CGI. Not everything they do in this movie because there's a little bit of CGI.
They touch with CGI in this, especially 90% of the T-1000 stuff.
Yes, but aside from that, there is a few CGI action like not sequences, but parts.
Yeah.
Specifically, the one that comes to mind, it doesn't look good at all. That's the one thing I will ding this movie on. Is when it's toward the end of the movie when they are getting to the factory when they're being chased by the T-1000, the nitrogen truck.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, pardon me. Schwarzenegger's like on top of the truck, and like he jumps off as it's crashing, and it's the worst fucking CGI Arnold jumping off and rolling.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, like fucking, this is tip top, man. Like I don't think it gets better than this.
Visually?
Yeah.
No, I love this movie. Like,
yeah.
For me, like I'm gonna immediately start with some dings. All right,
Go for it. I was looking hard for things to ding this on.
This movie is about 20 minutes too long.
I could see that. Like they could cut down the Mexico sequence a little bit.
Here are the parts where I noticed that I was losing interest. Right, the Mexico stuff, the heist, and the like.
I think you could maybe cut a few minutes out of the family stuff, but then I think
you can cut a lot of the insane asylum stuff out.
Yeah, you can tighten that up. I think the family thing, you need to keep most of that though.
Don't know. Yeah, the family stuff is great.
Yeah, to humanize not only them, but also Miles too, to make his sacrifice mean something.
Right. But we don't need the super long heist. We don't need the extended Mexico stuff. We also don't need the T-800 becoming a cartoon version of itself.
Yeah. That's another thing I will criticize. Like, he really did soften this up. I mean, to go from an R from the first one.
This is an R.
Is it real? I thought it was PG-13.
No. This is R.
Oh, wow.
For the longest time, this was the highest grossing R-rated movie.
Huh. All right. So I was wrong.
But there is a caveat, and I was talking to a buddy of mine last night while I was watching this, and I was complaining to him they make the T-800 like a one-liner machine where he's a fucking killing machine. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Right. But he dropped some knowledge on me, and he goes, look at it from this perspective. The more lifelike he becomes, the T-800, the less human Sarah Connor becomes. Which is a cool way to look at it.
That's true.
But it also doesn't fix the problem. It's like a really cool way to be like, okay, well that's how you excuse that behavior, but I just don't care for that behavior.
Let me look at this in a meta sense, pick apart the lines of the Matrix here.
Sure.
Do you think that's a James Cameron decision, or is that an Arnold Schwarzenegger decision?
I think that it is a combination of the two, because Arnold at this point is
his also
he's
peak.
The fucking hero, right?
He's definitely not going to play the bad guy again, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So then there's him wanting to be the good guy. I get that. That's his shtick. That's how he gets paid these days. But then you have James Cameron probably wanting to make it more approachable, and maybe even seeing the fucking dollar signs with...
Would he, though? I mean, think about James Cameron. I think he's just going to make the fucking movie he wants to make, and fuck you if you don't like it. It just happens that a lot of people like his movies.
I guess. I know he's a super perfectionist,
yeah.
But I don't know how strict he is to his vision. But there's got to be something in some fucking contract somewhere where Arnold gets to have creative control over the character.
Yeah. I mean, he, again, looking at this in a meta sense,
but he had to start with a basis somewhere.
He's also a very jokey guy, from what I know. He likes to have fun on the sets, and he likes to be the guy who gives the one-liners.
Right.
So I think a lot of what comes, a lot of that change in the character is, I think, due to Arnold. I think it's his personality bleeding more through.
It could be.
I think it's him exercising, because he's the biggest fucking star in the world right now.
Yeah.
Him just fucking thumping it out on the table, being
probably.
I'm going to do what I want to do.
Yeah. I just it's hard to reconcile the drastic difference between the two characters, and you can kind of see what they're going for with he's sent, and he's supposed to just do what John tells him to do and protect John. but like, why is he developing
Well,
personality?
Because he says he that's one of his features. The more interaction I have with humans, the more like lifelike and realistic I become.
Yeah, but it's like from the jump in this movie. Like, well, maybe not from the jump, but like
it's
pretty
it's a
fucking
supercomputer fucking processing this and like
yeah,
turning it around to make him more human. So I mean, I could see softening him up that way, but yeah, he does become like a joke machine.
Drastic.
Like he's giving like coy smirks.
At the end, he goes, "I need a vacation." Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. I don't need that. That's a step too far.
But still, man, the fucking I now know why you cry.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Things like that.
Yeah.
Like I can get behind that because like that makes it feel real. Like you're actually getting like emotion out of that. You're not getting just like cheeky one-liners.
Yeah.
It's just like it became a systemic problem with action movies that they had to be witty and they had to have the one-liner.
It's the thing Marvel's going through right now. Like,
yeah.
It's just typing out the Marvel formula.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a serious motherfucker among them. Like everybody's a wise ass.
Think about Iron Man in 2008 and think about like every Marvel movie
after
over
that,
the past
every
couple of
single
years,
one after that,
where like Iron Man's a serious, like dramatic fucking movie, and then everything has kind of like has become like a action comedy.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe they'll turn it around. Like we got new stuff coming. Like, yeah.
If what has already come out is any
Echo has been getting good
idea.
reviews. Like it's supposed to be really good action wise. Like so, I'm hyped for that. I mean, they fucking knocked Daredevil out of the park. I think with the action. So like, I'm hoping it's more of that stuff, like the gritty, like.
Yeah, but was that actually like a Marvel Studios thing?
At the time, it was Marvel TV. That like I think that got eaten up by.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. By the MC, the movie side of things.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to this.
Back to this. No, this is like I have complaints about this movie, but I love this movie, right? But like I space out in the middle of this goddamn thing. Like
no, that's fucking that is a legit criticism because like I the Mexico part is always the part where I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to sleep for a few minutes. Like,
it's just it's. I see what they're trying to do, and it just doesn't fully work.
I have seen this movie probably like behind Jaws. Like this is probably the movie I have seen the most that we've talked about. Yeah, and I fucking still enjoy it every goddamn time. Like even this time, like trying to watch it critically, like trying to see things as I haven't seen them before. Like, I fucking love this movie.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
And it started off that way. Like, this movie was fucking huge when it came out.
The cultural footprint was fucking enormous because, like, this is when MTV was still relevant and played music. Yeah. So you had fucking You Could Be Mine playing, like, around the fucking clock.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. I remember I loved that video, too. I remember watching that shit.
They could have used a couple of different songs in this movie, but, they like to use the same one for all of those scenes with John Connor and Buttnick from Salute Your Shorts.
Buttnick. I wish they would have played the good guy angle a little bit more, like closer to the vest, and because like going into this, like everybody knew Arnold was going to be the good guy. Yeah, like I wish it was a little bit more ambiguous.
No, I don't think you really do because you see Terminator, right, and outside of looking at trailers, right, where it's going to be obvious.
Yeah.
But you go, okay, Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, rampaging killing machine, nothing is safe anywhere around him. Cool. I love it. Terminator 2. Well, they're introducing that same character. It's the same robot. He's probably going to act the same.
I think it was just out there already that, like, no, he's going to be the one protecting John this time around.
Yeah.
And, like, I wish it wasn't quite so cut and dry, whereas, like...
build it up.
Yeah, I wish they kept it, like, just completely ambiguous until the scene in the hospital. Like, that scene in the hospital where Sarah is escaping, and, like, she finally, like, locks all the guards in. She is free. Yeah. Like, she's about to escape, and then in that moment when the elevator doors open and out fucking steps her walking nightmare.
Yeah.
Like the thing that she has been, her entire life has been changed because of. The thing that everybody told her does not exist. Like walks out. And like if then he just gave her the like, come with me if you want to live.
And you can't.
Yeah.
Which is fucking awesome, but you cannot share in her fucking trauma there.
Yeah.
Because you know already that he's the good guy.
Yeah, exactly. So if they like played it a little coy, like that, like because if you're thinking about it that way, like it is fucking terrifying. Because like I said, it's her nightmare come to life.
Well, it's
And
the
then, like,
ruin of her life.
Yeah, yeah, and like just to have it quickly, like wait, what the fuck? Like that would have been mind blowing. Like yeah.
If we're not in on it, it's an amazing scene.
Yeah.
It's good how it is, but it could have been so much better. Like there could have been mystery, there could have been suspense, but the only suspense you get is in the fucking arcade scene. Yeah. Which is fine, but like it's not as impactful.
I love the meme from that scene with Butnick, and it's like it's a picture of him talking to the fucking T-1000, and it's just like this kid saved the entire human race by instinctively lying to a cop.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and correct.
Yeah, it is fucking correct. See? Punk saved the day again. Oh, that wine is fucking so good. I'm so glad that this is gone. Be crawling out of here.
But yeah, man, like I really truly think like this is the peak of big, huge budget action movies. Like it's gonna be hard to top this, I think.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get cool like vintage throwback stuff. Like if you look at the Expendables, right? The Expendables tries to capture this like moment in time, and it does a really good job, but it's really not that good of a movie. No. You just love it because
it's getting by on that nostalgia.
It's so nostalgic, and it feels good to watch it. But it's trying to like capitalize on your memories of this. Yeah. Where, you know, this is 1,000 times better than the Expendables, right? But like you wind up correlating things like that with things like this because there's really not that much in between. Yeah. Like you get, you know, like the newer Die Hards and stuff like that. You know what? I will say that Die Hard with a Vengeance is close in scale to this movie for me. That's the kind of action movie that I
cinematically prefer. But I like culturally.
No.
Yeah. No.
This was perfect timing. I think is a big part of what this was.
Because you know, we said, you know, this is, the movie is huge. We mentioned the music video. Yeah. The fucking video games, like the arcade game.
The
toys, yeah. That arcade game is a classic. That shooter. Yeah. Like, I love that game.
Yeah. But like how many kids in the 90s didn't have the T-800 hand that we would instinctively make the fucking middle finger with?
You used to be able to buy the makeup kit at like Spencer's to do the T-800.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah, like it's really hard to argue anything against this. It just comes down to preference, right? Because like this movie is so good and so important, but it might not be your flavor of action movie.
Yeah.
And that's really the only thing that's going to put things above this. Like I said, like for me, I love Die Hard with a Vengeance. Like it's fucking close, if not on par with this for me.
I can see that.
But it's just more my style of movie.
Yeah.
This is just so glossy and crisp and gorgeous, and it's like it's a piece of art, if you will. But
I was gonna say I really am a whore for James Cameron, man. Like I the dude makes a fucking incredible movie.
He makes some eye candy.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, content wise, all right. Some of them aren't great. Avatar.
Yeah.
But like, still, it's an experience. Fucking, you know, it's seeing it in theater is an incredible experience.
And he's well versed in like other styles of movie. Like, look at this. Look at Titanic.
Yeah.
2 completely different fucking movies, both enormous.
Yeah.
Like culturally enormous.
Yeah. What else is there to say? I mean, like, this is about as close as you get to a perfect movie for me. Like,
Yeah.
really, it really is.
I see this as a couch movie. Like, this isn't something I really want to like put on and pay attention to.
Yeah,
For
no,
me,
this
it's
is
more
like if I want to take it like a nap, like a Saturday afternoon nap.
I want
like,
familiar noise.
Yeah.
And I want to wake up to something awesome looking.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's fucking great.
Comfort food, you know.
Yeah. This is the mashed potatoes of movies.
Yeah, with the fucking good ass gravy too. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Anything popping off in chat?
So I've been chatting back and forth with Hey Boots.
Hey Boots.
Hey Boots. And you guys had mentioned you were trying to watch it in a new way. I said I watched it sober just so I could watch it in a new way.
Oh, I watched it with like 9 beers in me last night.
No shit.
You guys mentioned Spencer's, and I said, is Spencer's still a thing, or do you guys have to go online to buy your tie-dye dildos?
It is still a thing.
I compared Spencer's to the stoner pervert Hot Topic.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. You can get a dildo, a fucking tie-dye shirt, and like some fart spray. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I think we can throw some ratings on this. We've been talking.
I'm going to preface this. If it's less than an 8, you're a smooth-brained fool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, no.
your opinion is invalid.
Yeah.
It just I have to stress. I really think this is like just the high point for action.
Yeah, it's the
for big
peak of the
budget.
mountain for you.
Yeah. I'll throw my rating first. I
Yeah, man.
really I want to give this a 10. Like I'm spiritually giving it a 10.
You've given so many 10s in your history. Why wouldn't you give this a 10? if
You know
feel
what?
so
Fuck it.
strong?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10.
Yeah.
I was gonna give it a 9.5 just to not give it a 10, but I mean, like, it's just perfect for me, man. Like,
Yeah.
I love this movie. This is a fucking 10. It just does not get better as far as big budget action, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. I mean, I'm close, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, I love this movie. I love the first one just as much more. And like, yeah, this is like an 8.5.
All
It's
right.
just like I'm trying to think about it critically, not like from my memories and how wistfully I, loved this movie as a kid. It runs too long. There's boring parts. Like there are parts of this movie that are just too clean and glossy. Like
Yeah.
it's just like too perfect.
I don't know. The first one, love the first one. To me, that is the like perfect appetizer to
I
the
love
like
it. It's just so gritty.
to the prime fucking rib dinner that is this
Yeah.
fucking movie. Like, yeah.
It's like the world's best mozzarella sticks.
Yeah. Some fucking loaded ass potato skins. Yeah.
It's just more my speed. I love the grittiness and the realism. I mean, obviously it's a giant killer fucking robot from the future, but like the world seems realer. And
See, I don't know. See, the world. I think the world it sets up is very real, but I think this one just expands it so much more. Like the scenes in the future. I think the scenes in the future in the first one and in this one are like not highlighted enough for how awesome they look. I mean, especially for 84 and then 1990, like those future scenes look amazing.
yeah.
And yeah, I just think the ones in here look better. I think the world is bigger and like just more defined. Again, just the cultural impact. Just being. I was 10 when this came out, 1990. I was 11.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I even saw this movie was Christmas Eve. It had just come out on video.
Yeah.
And we were watching it in like my friend's room, like on the fucking tiny ass like TV VCR combo.
Fucking glued to it, right?
Sitting on the floor, yeah, like glued to it, yeah,
Yeah.
like this size probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this like I said, like I give it an 8.5 because I'm trying to look at it as critically as possible. And there are things wrong with it, but it's so fucking important to who I am and who I was as a kid.
Yeah.
And the world that we grew up in.
Just the amount of quarters I dumped into that fucking machine, that arcade machine.
Just to hold an Uzi.
Yeah, just to hold the Uzi. I mean, like, not many games you beat in the arcade. I beat that in the arcade a shitload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like how iconic does so much of this movie become? Like fucking Robert Patrick, just to look at him, you go, I'm afraid of you.
Yeah, I did a show with him and like fucking it's fucking Terminator 1000. Like,
Yeah. But like
he was cool as shit, but yeah, still in the back of my mind.
But like, just him and his performance is so good. Like, he's just so fucking stone-faced killer, and it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
But then you've got, you know, Arnold in a leather jacket and sunglasses on a motorcycle, right? Like, that's iconic. Fucking it's kicked off his career, but you know, it didn't really go far after that.
Didn't go much farther. Yeah.
Didn't go much farther for what the fuck was his name?
Edward Furlong.
Edward Furlong. Yeah.
I was just about to say something. I forget what it was. Oh, fucking this is one thing. I don't know, like, I saw the director's cut of this.
Yeah.
There is like probably a good 10 or 12 more minutes added to it. A lot of it is like kind of background. Well, not background, but like kind of more detail of like the T-1000 looking for John. Like after he kills his parents, like he's going through his room, like he's literally just running his hands over the walls, like touching everything, like just kind of getting, you know, a sense of it.
Well, I mean, for quite a while, he just disappears. Like, you don't see him on screen for another fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's where all that stuff kind of got cut out of. But there's also a lot where they make him seem less invincible, and that's the part I'm like, I'm not sure that's for the better or not. Like,
no, because you want him to be like...
Yeah, I think like having him be invincible is like was the way to go, was the right choice. But like, there was a whole thing where after the nitrogen scene, after he gets frozen, like he is really fucked up after that. Like his operating system's all fucked up. Yeah, he can't hold form much anymore. Like he's getting stuck to things. Like and like that would have been, I think they could have explored that.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I like that. Oh, one of the, I was talking about things that are iconic from this movie. What kid did not have a toy fucking lever action rifle and try to flip it to fucking cock that son of a bitch?
To this day, with my son's toys, if it's a bolt or a lever action.
Yeah.
Wow. But
yeah, you want to spin that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Because it's just cool. This movie is just cool.
Yeah.
It's really what it boils down to. God damn it. Yeah.
All right, well, let's I think we should move on to some trivia.
Want to trivialize this movie?
My lips are fucking sticky with wine right now. They're like
wine.
It's the wine.
It's the wine. Yeah,
it's the wine.
Like red teeth.
Not your 2 dick a day habit.
Oh.
All right. There was an insane amount of trivia
I can
on this
imagine.
movie. To the point where I just went like, I'm done. I scrolled to like the bottom, moved up a little bit, cherry picked a couple. Yeah. Like there's a huge chunk of the middle of this list that I couldn't do it. Like, but we got some choice cuts here.
All right.
Ready for some trivia?
Let's do it.
Robert Patrick undertook a rigorous running regime and practiced breathing only through his nose in order to appear to be a cyborg that could run at high speeds without showing fatigue. He trained so hard that he was able to catch up to Edward Furlong on his dirt bike with ease.
Jesus.
I wonder if he like became like a runner. You know what I mean? Like there's people that just it clicks and then that's their thing. I wonder if that became his thing.
Huh. Fuck, I kind of want to ask about that now.
Yeah. How much do you run after Terminator?
Yeah.
Production took sufficiently long that Edward Furlong's growth caused the production team to have to make certain adjustments during the shoot. He is noticeably younger in the desert scene than in other scenes, and his voice began to break and had to be pitch adjusted in post-production. He also had grown quite tall over the months that for one scene shot late in the production schedule, he had to stand in a hole in the ground in order to maintain continuity in height difference with Linda Hamilton. But I mean, like, you think about a movie that's like this big. It takes place over the course of a few months, right?
Yeah.
He's what, maybe like fucking 14 when this
I
comes
think
out.
oh yeah, he in real life I think he was. Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple of months is a drastic difference. So it's not like the movie took 2 years to fucking make, like Lord of the Rings or some shit. It just it was a kid mid-puberty.
He's supposed to be 10.
Yeah. He's definitely not 10.
What 10-year-old like cruises around on a fucking dirt bike? Like
Yeah. The savior of the human race, I guess.
this is another just incredible fucking set piece, the chase through the elevator.
Where they tear the top off that fucking truck.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. God damn it. It's just so cool. It's so cool.
The fucking music too, that dun 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 dun.
Oh shit, yeah.
Dun,
The
dun,
soundtrack
dun.
of this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking craziness. All right. This is the only Terminator film to win or be nominated for an Oscar. It won 4 out of the 6 it was nominated for. Now, I imagine that's like music, makeup, maybe like supporting actor. Like, this is not winning a Best Picture.
Editing probably maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
There's no way this is like a Best Picture or
No.
Best Actor.
I don't think it was Best Picture, no.
Yeah. Let's see. Carlco Studios executives were nervous and concerned when the original budget of the $75 million ballooned up to $88 million, with more to come.
Yeah, this was the first movie to cross 100 million, I think, in budget.
Might have been.
Yeah.
In order to keep the budget manageable, they proposed to eliminate a few scenes, particularly the opening biker bar scene where the Terminator is introduced. They tried to get Arnold Schwarzenegger to persuade James Cameron to remove that scene, but Schwarzenegger turned them down, saying only a studio guy would cut out a scene like that. Which is fucking true.
Yeah.
Like, that's an iconic scene.
Yeah. Your clothes, your boots, your bike.
Yeah.
Like, that's a dude on a bike who did that. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, that's not CGI.
No. Oh, that wine.
So good.
Let's see here. Where are we? Arnold Schwarzenegger was given a slightly used Gulfstream 3 airplane worth about $14 million by producer Mario Casar for accepting the role in this film. You know, and I know, that plane was used to smuggle drugs.
That was also Arnold's flying fuck pad, I'm going to assume. Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Maria was not allowed on that motherfucker.
Also, like, when he gets those clothes off that biker, like, do you think the Terminator just smells like old balls and feet? Like, all the
Just
time?
nut funk. Yeah.
Like, just sweaty nuts and fucking...
He smells like a biker. Yeah.
Yeah. Like cheese that's been in a hot car for a week.
Ew. Ew. So gross. Michael Biehn was the first choice to play the role of the T-1000 in a complete reversal of roles with Arnold Schwarzenegger,
I didn't know that.
who was now a hero. Yeah. However, this idea was abandoned as it was judged too confusing for viewers. Fair. That would be fair.
Yeah, I suppose. I would
Um,
have liked to have asked him about that. Fucking
weird.
yeah.
Industrial Light and Magic's computer graphics department had to grow from 6 artists to almost 36 to accommodate all the work required to bring the T-1000 to life, costing $5.5 million and taking 8 months to produce, which ultimately amounted to 3.5 minutes of screen time.
Jesus.
That's absurd.
Yeah.
But that's 1990 computer graphics. They wanted it to be good.
Yeah, and it's
Gotta
still
pay for
better
it.
than some graphics out there today. Like,
Yeah, it is.
I realized something while I was watching this today that almost made me vomit. This movie's 34 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
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 I remember watching like Roseanne when they were talking about watching this movie.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh
Wow.
yeah, god damn.
I probably somewhere could like dig up the Mad magazine like with this like
Oh shit.
parody in it. Yeah.
Let's see here. In the audio commentary, director James Cameron said that not only was the biker bar scene filmed across the street from where the LAPD officers beat up Rodney King, but they were filming the night of the beating. Cameron got the idea for Strange Days after the outcome of the verdict on April 29th, 1992.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's dark. With the film's domestic box office adjusted for inflation, it is the top grossing R-rated action film of all time.
All right.
I'm trying to remember what outed that. It was one of the Matrix movies. I think the second Matrix movie
All right.
bumped it out in like actual numbers, not adjusted numbers.
Ooh, pardon me.
But then we're talking about a movie that came out in 91 versus a movie that came out in 2002, 2003.
Yeah.
Like, that's a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The artificial substance used instead of melted steel, which would have been far too dangerous to use, actually needed to be pretty cool to maintain the right density. This meant that the temperature on set was quite cold, so the actors had to be sprayed with fake sweat in between takes. Which sounds miserable.
Hellish.
Hey, are you chilly? Are you wearing a tank top?
You want to be wet?
How's that? Good?
Oh.
Great. I watch any scene with the foster mother, and I just go, "Let's rock!"
Oh.
That's an Aliens reference.
Yeah. God, I love that movie too.
Yeah, it's all right.
Best Aliens movie.
Yeah, it is the best Aliens movie. Right. You're right.
Best
Won
movie
that
featuring xenomorphs. There you go.
Disagree. Given Arnold Schwarzenegger's $15 million salary and his total 700 words of dialogue, he was paid $21,429 per word. Hasta la vista, baby cost $85,716.
That's crazy.
I appreciate facts like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucking dumb. Linda Hamilton turned down a part in another movie after hearing a simple outline of the plot by James Cameron. Her only condition was that Sarah Connor's character should have evolved, no longer being a meek and feeble waitress. She wanted to be crazy, which
Yeah,
they
you got
fucking
crazy.
they got it. She's fucking crazy. That scene where the T-1000 stabs the foster father in the mouth just lives in my head rent free. Like, I don't know if it's like
The fucking
seeing
milk. Yeah.
I think it's seeing the milk and the blood mixed together. Just like fucking, it's a weird psychological thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but yeah,
That and the like the twin cops too is like also like stuck in my head too. Where he just
yeah.
puts the fucking like blade
Through his eye, yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about those guys before.
We have.
Let's see here. Over 1 million feet of film was shot and printed for this movie.
Jesus.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
1 million feet. I can't even visualize that.
Trying to break that down into miles, and like it's a lot of miles.
It's so many miles.
Yeah.
In 2023, it was selected for the preservation in the National Film Registry by the Library of Congress, deeming it culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant, which I have no arguments against.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's just a dumbass action movie. Yeah, with a footprint the size of the fucking Grand Canyon.
Yeah. It's burned into everybody's brain who like grew up in this generation.
Yeah.
189.4 miles.
Oh, all right.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of miles.
That's so many
It's
miles.
from here to New York City, like, and then,
Yeah.
and then some. Actually, more than that. It's only 150.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like to the end of Long Island. Yeah.
Let's see here. And this is our last IMDb fact. I tried to find a body count, but I couldn't.
Oh.
But
It's probably
like-
not that high because he doesn't kill a lot of people. Like
well, he doesn't.
the T-1000 sure does, but not like
Yeah.
he doesn't. not
Actually,
on the
he's not
scale.
like a rampaging killing machine. Like
yeah.
like the first
He
one.
kills like the one, one or two people here and there.
Yeah. Let's see. This is going to be the last one though. James Cameron ordered Stan Winston to create 10 skulls for the opening shot in which a T-800 crushes a
There's
human
like a
skull.
billion.
No. The one where he just like steps on the one and crushes it. They're talking about that particular skull.
Oh, just that one. Yeah, okay.
So James Cameron ordered Stan Winston to create 10 skulls for the opening shot in which a T-800 Terminator crushes a human skull under its foot. The shot was very complicated because of the moving of parts of the endoskeleton. It had to be timed with an explosive effect in the background while the camera was moving. Winston, familiar with Cameron's perfectionism, went on the safe side and created no fewer than 26 skulls. And as expected, Cameron went through all of them over 26 different takes. The fifth one ended up being in the movie.
Jesus. Like, as much as I'm sure it is like a point of pride to say like I worked on a James Cameron movie, because it's going to be whatever it is, it's going to be a huge fucking movie.
Yeah. When has he ever produced a dud?
Yeah, it's gotta fucking suck to work for James Cameron.
Fuck yeah. Unless you're just like some schmuck on the sidelines.
My boss is gonna ream me out if I don't get this done, but I have a question, and he's in a fucking submarine 5 miles into the ocean.
Better get it right.
Yeah. We will start off with director James Cameron, who we have talked about before.
You're not gonna introduce your segment, huh?
You just went straight into it. Really
Yeah.
quick.
God damn.
I thought I missed it by a lot.
No, fuck,
Yeah.
I'm a little rusty. Holy shit. We're gonna move on to the better known as. There we go.
I know you. I knew you. I knew you.
I put the kill count up, by the way.
It's you and you.
Oh, all right. Yeah, T-1000 only killed 7 people. Miles kills 6.
With the bomb.
Oh,
Is my guess.
Yeah.
No, I think he just killed himself because they left.
Yeah, because all those cops that were there were in the lobby when they came out. Yeah.
Unless they didn't make it all the way out.
Yeah.
But that's never really elaborated.
Yeah. I mean, James Cameron is fucking James Cameron. You know who James Cameron is if you've seen a movie or two in your life.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably most well known for these movies. I mean, Avatar is probably not that far behind, globally speaking, anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the other highlights. I mean, The Abyss, fucking Titanic. We mentioned True Lies. Aliens, fucking classic. So we'll go right on to Arnold Schwarzenegger, who we have also talked about before when we talked about the first Terminator movie.
Yep.
Also, he's known for being Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, he's
cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, global, worldwide known actor.
Yeah.
His biggest role is probably going to be the Terminator. I'm going to say that's probably what he's most known for.
Terminator, Conan.
Conan's probably up there too.
Yeah. Predator.
Yeah. Anything else worth?
But going for like the big ones, those are probably it.
Yeah.
You know, that like everybody knows him for. But yeah, definitely the Terminator.
Yeah. Anything else worth? I mean, Total Recall is another fucking awesome '90s action movie.
Oh fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, he was notoriously Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eyes to see you. Jingle All the Way. I do love that movie.
I saw that in the theater.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a big fan of The Running Man.
Yeah, that is. I did
Yeah.
not see that movie until maybe within the past 10 years.
That's insane. What is making that fucking noise?
It's not me. It's not our computer.
It's Discord.
Yeah.
No, I'm not getting. Notifications
Is it?
are off. Yeah, it sounds like it's coming from up top, but I don't know. Who knows? We'll figure it out someday.
Oy.
He was in an episode of Tales from the Crypt, of course.
Yeah, we've talked about that a million times.
Commando.
Raw deal.
Conan. That is annoying the fucking shit out of me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Discord.
Yeah, we're gonna handle that right now.
Just close Discord.
It is closed.
Is it exited out of?
Hold, please.
Do,
Could do the be right back, but it doesn't seem like that long. But...
Yeah.
We'll get there. Yeah, I mean, if you don't know Arnold Schwarzenegger, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, he's huge.
Last Action Hero.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Fucking love that movie.
Yeah, that like got shit on for the longest time when it came out.
Did it?
It did. Yeah, it was like
I just remember it being rad.
Yeah, if you were a fan, you were a fan. You know.
Yeah. Of course, I was a kid, so I didn't really pay attention to like what critics were saying.
Yeah, that came out what 93. 93. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was 14, like right up my alley.
Yeah, it was 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking perfect.
And yeah, Conan. I can't tell you how many times I saw Conan the Destroyer in the drive-in when I was a kid.
That's so good.
And yeah, Conan the Barbarian. Like we mentioned this I think last week. That soundtrack is like,
yeah,
you can just put that on and like just chill.
It's an absurd number of times that I've seen Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like in high school,
Like,
just hanging out with my friends. Like, you guys want to watch Conan? Yeah.
Yeah, just put it on.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter.
I absolutely do.
Either Conan movie or Red Sonja. It doesn't fucking matter. They're all the same movie. It's just
Yeah. Up next, we have Linda Hamilton, who we have also talked about before. So we'll, go right over her pretty quickly. Her probably most well-known role is going to be Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
She really isn't in much else that I think reaches.
She was in Stranger Things.
Where did you see that?
Up. Oh, what the fuck?
Coming out.
Oh, she must be in like a final season or something.
No, Stranger Things is something different. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, isn't it Strange Things? No, Stranger
No,
Things.
it's Stranger Things.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she must be in the last season.
Yeah.
All right. That's in Bermuda testicles. Nope, tentacles.
Career really took a turn right there.
She was also Chuck's mom on the series Chuck. Anything else? Yeah, we're gonna move right on. We talked about her before.
Yeah.
Up next, Edward Furlong, who is probably most well known for being John Connor. He was in a few things here and there.
Yeah.
American History X
is an amazing
movie. Yeah, I remember seeing that in the movie theater.
I liked Detroit Rock City.
Yeah, that is a good movie. He is still in movies. Nothing, of note probably. Recently anyway.
I feel like he needs one more good movie.
Yeah,
because he was never a bad actor.
Yeah, he just had some personal stuff to work out.
He just wound up in the shit.
Yeah,
it was really.
Yeah. Let's see. They used a computer generated John Connor and Terminator Dark Fate.
Oh, why?
Well, this is not really a spoiler.
That was mid him having problems, wasn't it?
No, it's a flashback. That movie was from not 2 or 3, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and he's in his 40s now probably.
Yeah.
So no, it's a flashback. That movie is kind of an alternate reality where another Terminator shows up afterwards and ends up killing John when he's 13 or 14 maybe.
Got it.
Yeah, and they show that.
I gave up on Terminator movies after the third one.
I think that was Dark Fate. That one was in. Edward Furlong, that's right.
Yeah. He was in that Awesome Crow movie.
Sure.
It was not awesome.
He was in the Green Hornet 2011. How did that movie get a 5.8? That was not a good movie.
I'd say it lives in the 5s. That's fine.
I would say mid to high 4s.
Yeah.
He was in one of the Night of the Demons remakes, the 2009 one.
Oh yeah.
He was in Pet Sematary 2.
Yes.
The Crow Wicked Prayer was the one he was in. Jimmy Cuervo.
Yep.
He was in a Metallica video in 2004. Detroit Rock City was 1999. And I can't believe American History X was 98.
Oh, that's right. He was in Pecker.
Yeah, John Waters movie.
Oh, that movie fucking rules. 6.3? They give it a 6.3.
American History X is an 8.5. That is a
That tracks.
Yeah, it's
That
a
tracks.
very good movie.
Yeah.
Brain Scan. That's the one I couldn't think of the name of. I was trying to remember it. It's like a cheesy '90s horror where like there's like a virtual reality villain like that becomes real.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the Aerosmith "Living on the Edge" music video. Edward Furlong Japanese hot noodle commercial 1 through 4.
Whatever. Fucking paid the bills, man.
This was his first role. This was 91, not 1990. Holy
Yeah.
shit! I was off by a year.
Yeah, it's in the opening credits is introducing Edward Furlong.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Robert Patrick, who was just awesome in this movie as the T-1000.
He's just great.
Yeah, he's awesome in a lot of movies.
He's solid. He's just always solid.
Yeah, he is currently in the second season of Reacher, which I will again say is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He just shows up like all over the place, man. This dude's like always in stuff. He was in The Night Agent. That was a TV miniseries on AMC, I believe, a couple of years ago. That got pretty good acclaim.
Mm-hmm.
He played Wolverine in the Marvel's Wastelanders podcast series. He played Peacemaker's father in the Peacemaker series from 2022, which is also really fucking good.
Is it?
Yeah. Highly recommend that. Let's see. He was in The Walking Dead for a couple of episodes, apparently. He shows up in the MacGyver reboot.
Ugh.
He's a voice in Madden 21. He's in 7 episodes of the Perry Mason reboot.
I tried to get into that. It just wasn't doing it for me.
I really liked the first season, and then like
Yeah.
when the second season came out, it was just like, I don't give a fuck.
Was it just more of the same? And you
I didn't even bother to
care?
watch it. Like,
Oh.
yeah, I was like, I just wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
He shows up in the Mayans spinoff from Sons of Anarchy, and I believe he's in a couple episodes of Sons of Anarchy as well.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure he is. We will get there though eventually.
Scorpion was a fun ass TV show.
Yeah, he was in 93 episodes of that.
Yeah.
That's the one where
Well, he was like a main character.
where they had a computer program they made that like figured out like when crimes would happen or something like that, or
Is sort of.
Yeah.
They were. Scorpion was like a team of geniuses. So it was like computer engineers and hackers and like all kinds of shit like that. And then they would be brought in by the FBI to solve crimes and stuff.
okay,
And Robert Patrick was their like handler.
okay, all right.
The show was fucking great, but it overstayed its welcome and like in major ways because it was just so samey.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they would try to do like some character development, but then like 2 episodes later, same fucking shit over and over again.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're still only in 2014. Yeah, he was in 2 episodes of Sons of Anarchy.
Yep.
Same character he plays in Mayans. He was in 12 episodes of True Blood. Wasn't he a werewolf? I think.
I have no idea.
Wasn't Alcide Herveau a fucking werewolf?
I don't know.
Whatever.
I've blocked out a lot of that fucking.
He was in the From Dusk Till Dawn series on El Rey, which is a 6.8. All right,
Yeah.
if you say so. He was in an
All
episode
right.
of Community. We're still only in 2012.
Yeah, the dude acts a lot.
Yeah. He's in 2 episodes of Burn Notice. He also shows up on Chuck, shows up on Psych and CIS, American Dad. He was Hawkman in 2 episodes of the Batman, not the Batman,
The
animated
Batman.
series. Yeah, not Batman the animated series. Balls of Fury.
Jesus Christ. Again, saw that in the theater.
I definitely saw that on DVD. He's in. Oh, he played fucking Johnny Cash's father in Walk the Line.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
God damn, that movie's so good.
He was in an episode of Lost. I don't remember that. Still only in the early 2000s here.
Oh, he was in the lesser seasons of the X-Files.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. He took over after like David, what's his name?
Duchovny.
Duchovny, yeah.
Yeah. And again, he didn't do a bad job. It's just those episodes were just shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that show had run its course by then. Like,
Yeah.
he shows up on an episode of Batman Beyond. That's right. He was in 3 episodes of The Sopranos too. He's like a fucking mush, like degenerate gambler. Who gambles
that's
away his
right.
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
that
right, he
show is
was
so
in,
good.
From Dusk Till Dawn too, also, not just the TV show.
Yeah.
He was in
again-
The Faculty in 1998.
Only up to 97 now.
Yeah. He was in Copland.
Oh, that's
Awesome movie.
right.
1997. I remember seeing that in the theater.
I didn't see that in the theater. I saw it, like, as soon as it hit VHS. We had rented it.
He was in Dumb and Dumber, the animated series. For
You
one
skip right over
episode.
striptease, huh?
He was in Striptease, 1996.
Not a great movie, but a lot of good things to look at.
Yeah, 2 in particular.
Mm-hmm. He was the bad guy in Double Dragon.
Yeah. The notoriously horrible Double Dragon movie.
It's not that horrible. I'm telling y'all.
Is it though?
Have you seen it?
I've never seen the whole thing. I've seen bits and pieces, and I
Yeah.
was not impressed.
No, it's a dipshit 90s like fun action movie. Like it's not. Don't go into it looking for like a great movie.
Yeah.
But it is better than the Mario Brothers movie.
Well, it's a low bar to clear.
Yeah, but if you're gonna compare it to another video game movie from the same era,
I learned
better.
something this week that blew my mind. You remember the movie Face Off, where like Nicolas Cage is in prison when like after they've switched, and like they're in that prison where like all the prisoners are wearing those magnetic boots.
oh no,
Those are the boots from Super
those
Mario.
are the jump boots.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those were all leftover prop boots from Super Mario Brothers. That is amazing.
Yeah. So gross.
He is a voice in an episode of Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
I watched a lot of that as a kid.
That was a bomb-ass Nintendo game. It was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never played it.
He shows up as the T-1000 in The Last Action Hero.
Yeah. Also Wayne's World. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen this boy? He's in an episode of Tales from the Crypt. New Arrival. I think I looked at. Yeah, I don't remember this. An abnormally difficult child tests a psychologist. David Warner, Zelda Rubinstein.
What? Fucking Twiggy.
Let's see. Back to Robert Patrick.
Yeah. Oh, Fire in the Sky. That'll traumatize you.
Yes, yeah, based on the Travis Walton experience. Yeah, that's a pretty fucking. He was in Die Hard too. I forgot about that. 1990.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else worth mentioning before that? Not really. We are
yeah.
going to move on. Up next, we have Earl Bowen, who shows up in like I think almost all of the Terminator movies as the same character, Dr. Silberman.
Yeah, because they probably flash back to.
It becomes kind
Sarah
of like a
Connor,
running
right?
joke. Like in the third one anyway, like he shows up again and it's like, you know, I think he might even get killed in the third one.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and like he shows up in the other ones too because those like so I think he shows up in Genesis maybe because part of that takes place in the 80s.
Yeah.
We'll see. He does a shitload of voice work. World of Warcraft, Monkey Island games, Hearthstone, that fucking Warcraft card game.
Yep.
Metal Gear Solid 2, Psychonauts, EverQuest 2. He was Colossus in X-Men Legends, which was an awesome fucking game. It's just X-Men Diablo.
Yeah.
Moving on as soon as the page loads. Kim Possible, The Grim Adventures of Bill and Mandy, Daredevil Man Without Fear video game. I don't remember that being a thing. Tenshu, Return from Darkness. He was in the first Fallout game. The first Call of Duty.
I cannot play those first Fallout games.
Yeah.
I can only play from 3. Like,
yeah, that's when I picked it up.
yeah.
We mentioned Terminator 3. The Justice League animated series he shows up on. Scorpion King. One of the sequels. Rise of the Acadian.
Oh, that'll be a good one from Arthur. He was in Icewind Dale 2.
Whee! That's my franchises.
He was Lord Ulbrich.
He was a voice in Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem.
Fuck that game.
That's the game that would fuck with you while you're playing it.
Yeah. Like an error screen would pop up and say your fucking file was corrupted.
Yeah, like you try to get you to reset the game.
Yeah. Prick bastard.
We are still going through stuff. He was in The Majestic with Jim Carrey, Johnny Bravo, Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance.
That game's fun.
I am like this close to buying the newest one.
Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3.
I really want to play it, but I can't because it will murder my computer, and I don't have a console.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fine.
There we go.
I feel for the man because it's a game you should want to play.
Yeah.
I do want to play it. Tenchu 2, Birth of the Stealth Assassin, fucking rocks. That game is the titties.
All right.
You are just like all the Tenchu games. You are just a ninja, and it's a stealth game.
Yeah. I remember those.
Ugh.
Fucking side note, I have like done something to my like arm or shoulder or something this week, and I'm in a considerable amount of pain right now.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Jesus and His Brothers.
Is it Jesus or Jesus?
Yeah, that's true. He's the voice of Rex in Toy Story 2.
Oh,
Only
shit.
the video game though. Okay. I was like, wasn't that fucking John Ratzenberger? He's the pig.
No.
Wallace Shawn is the T-Rex.
Yeah. Ratzenberger is Mr. Potato Head, isn't he?
No, that's Don Rickles.
No, yeah, you're right. It is the pig.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate, the first one. He's in the Odd Couple 2 in 1998. Spider-Man, the animated series from the 90s. He's the Beyonder and the Red Skull. Zork, Grand Inquisitor. I remember playing original Zork on my fucking Commodore 128.
Ew.
He was in the new Batman Adventures, 1997. Extreme Ghostbusters. The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. Just 3 episodes of that.
That was a fun show. I watched a lot of that. That was the CG version of Johnny Quest.
Okay. He was an episode of The Mask animated series. California Dreams. He shows up for 4 episodes. Shows up in an episode of Silk Stockings.
Steamy.
A lot of the people in the movie show up in the Terminator like ride video.
I mean, why wouldn't they?
Yeah. He was in the original Batman animated series.
Fuck yeah.
2 episodes of that. Empty Nest, the Golden Girls spinoff, 2 episodes of that. Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. He's in Naked Gun 33 1/3. Hanging with Mr. Cooper. He's in 8 episodes of the Addams Family animated series from the 90s.
Yes.
LA Law, The Golden Palace, that's the Golden Girls spinoff. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air he shows up in an episode of. He is a voice, I think it's the first Miyazaki movie, Porco Rosso, 1992.
It might be.
He's in The Golden Girls for 2 episodes. He's in an episode of Herman's Head, Family Matters. There's something important coming up, I believe. He is in 2 episodes of Amen, an episode of The Wonder Years, Seinfeld.
Ooh, Pirates of Darkwater.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. He's in 3 episodes of that. He is in the Steven Seagal classic.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Marked for Death. Shows up in Matlock, so that's
Got
one old person solving murders. He is in an episode of Tales from the Crypt. We looked. This is one with Demi Moore. Yeah, where she marries like the ugly dude for his money and yada yada yada.
Yeah, it's Jeffrey Tambor.
Yeah. Back to Earl Bowen. This dude's like kills it on the 80s and 90s sitcoms. 227. Life Goes On, Baywatch, Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town. Sorry, I was trying to get that out. Fantastic Max, Pride of the X-Men. Oh, he was fucking Magneto in that. Right before that, though, in 1989, he was in Murder, She Wrote!
I've been waiting. I knew I saw it on there.
I can see it in your eyes.
He was in Alien Nation in 1988, which is a really good movie. I haven't seen that in a long fucking time. What else? He was in the original Dallas.
Was Alien Nation like a made-for-TV thing?
No,
that's
a TV
V.
series.
That's V.
V was made for, which is also awesome.
Yeah.
He was in Crime Story, 1987. 4 episodes of Mama's Family.
Hell yeah.
That was in the 80s. He's in G.I. Joe the movie and the animated series. I don't remember this character, Taurus. I think he might be one of those like fucking dudes from Cobra Law. I think like one of the fucking like new characters they introduced in the movie. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Dynasty, Knots Landing, Who's the Boss, Hill Street Blues, What's Happening Now, Punky Brewster, First and 10.
Jesus.
Like all the
Christ.
sitcoms, Silver Spoons, Growing Pains, Remington Steele, Newhart, Family Ties, Night Court, St. Elsewhere, Benson.
This is absurd.
Yeah, his dude was like
This
everywhere.
this is every TV show.
He was in To Be or Not to Be. That was a Mel Brooks. I don't think Mel Brooks produced. Maybe he did. Let's take a look. Or directed it. No, Alan Johnson. But it started.
He's just in it.
Yeah, Mel Brooks and Anne Bancroft.
Like how Anne Bancroft is in parentheses. The fucking titles.
Where are we? Fantasy Island. Man with Two Brains with Steve Martin. It's an Airplane 2. Three's Company. Too Close for Comfort. Like every single TV show.
Yeah.
It's a Living. Barney Miller. MASH. Soap. Dukes of Hazzard. He's in the movie 9 to 5.
Hey, Dolly.
The Jeffersons. Barnaby Jones.
My God, man. Can we be done with this fella?
Lou Grant. 8 is Enough. Wonder Woman. Hawaii Five-0. Kojak. The original What's Happening.
You said 8 was enough.
Yeah. The Streets of San Francisco with Michael Douglas. His first roles and great performances in 1974. Moving on, Joe Morton, who played Miles Dyson in this. Another like character actor who shows up just in a lot of stuff. Probably most notably is Miles Dyson. He was also in the Blues Brothers 2000. He plays the ringmaster, also in the Marvel Wastelanders podcast series. This dude is in a ton of shit. He was in Godzilla King of the Monsters. He plays Cyborg's father, Silas Stone, in the Justice League movie. And a couple of the other Zack Snyder terrible fucking movies.
Yeah.
He is fucking fighting Cottonmouth while he...
Oh, is that what he is? He's what he's doing there?
Yeah, reading the credits. He was in The Good Wife, Warehouse 13 on Sci-Fi, Boston Legal. He's in American Gangster with Denzel Washington.
I still have not seen that.
It was a pretty good movie.
I hear that. I've heard that since it came out. It was like, it's good.
Yeah, it's not like holy shit, this was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
it's good. It's a movie you've seen before. You've seen like Blow or like fucking, you know, any of those like movies like
Scarfacey.
Yeah. Let's see, CSI New York, Jag, Law and Order. He's in the movie Paycheck, which is based on a Philip K. Dick story. Shows up on Smallville, Touched by an Angel. He's in Ali, the Muhammad Ali movie in 2001. Shows up in an episode of The X-Files. He's in What Lies Beneath with Harrison Ford, Michelle Pfeiffer. He's an Apt Pupil in 1998, which is
That's
a
an
really
intense
good
movie.
Yeah. With Ian McKellen playing an escaped Nazi.
Yeah.
He's in Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Ugh.
He's also in Speed 1, too. I forgot he's the police captain in that.
Oh, that's right.
He's in The Pest with John Leguizamo.
The movie's just like not good.
Yeah.
I love John Leguizamo so
That's
much,
not
but The
great.
Pest is so bad.
He was in the Cosby Show spinoff, A Different World, for 7 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Shows up in 4 episodes of The Equalizer. That might be it for the notable stuff. He was in an episode of Who's the Boss, Miami Vice.
Crossroads.
He plays the
the Karate Kid Blues movie.
Oh yeah, Crossroads, 1986. He plays the titular brother in The Brother from Another Planet. That was 1984. He's in The Curse of the Pink Panther, 1983. I don't think there is. Oh, he's in the original What's Happening. That shows up for the second time. MASH shows up again.
Hell yeah.
Sanford and Son. He's in the original Mission Impossible in 1970.
God damn.
That was his second role. You know what? We're gonna go over fucking Miles's wife. She's in a lot of shit. Nothing really standouty.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people on here.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Castulo Guerra, who played Enrique, he is also in a bunch of fucking movies over the years, here and there. The last thing he was in was Better Things. That was a series on FX. It's kind of like Louis C.K.'s series, but it starred Pamela Adlon, who played Louis C.K.'s wife in an older Louis C.K. series.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That man's had too many TV shows.
I think none of them are good,
No.
quite frankly.
No.
He was in Deathstroke, Knights and Dragons, the animated movie. Apparently a TV series as well, 2020. Some of the other recent stuff, Jane the Virgin, the TV series of the movie Shooter, which is a decent movie considering Mark Wahlberg's in it.
He's not the worst. He's not good, but he's not the worst.
He was in The Purge Anarchy in 2014.
I have yet to see a single one of those movies.
They're not bad. The first one's pretty good. The second one's alright. They're decreasing.
How many times can you have this just like the exact same fucking plot in every movie?
Well, it's a yearly event and like fucking
Yeah.
It's not. There's like an overarching story. Like yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe someday. Like they don't look terrible. They just look played out.
Yeah. Yo, there's definitely too many of them.
Yeah.
My arm is fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts. He's in Original Flavor CSI. Shows up in an episode of Burn Notice. Prison Break for 2 episodes. CSI Miami 2 episodes. Numbers. The West Wing. Duck Dodgers. Scooby-Doo and the Monster of Mexico. This has got to be a wrestler. Senor. Oh, that's Fuerte. It's Mr. Strong in Spanish, but Senor Fuente is just a regular name.
Yeah.
Shows up in an episode of Alias. 3 episodes of ER. 4 episodes of King of the Hill.
Hell yeah.
There's a voice in Diablo 2. There's a voice in StarCraft, Brood War. He's in Amistad in 1997, the Steven Spielberg movie.
Mm-hmm.
Plays a Spanish priest. Does a voice in the Superman the Animated Series from the 90s. Real Adventures of Johnny Quest shows up again. He is in The Lawnmower Man 2.
Oof. Woof. Woof. Swing and a miss.
Yeah. He is in The Usual Suspects, which is a fucking awesome movie.
Swing and a fucking home run.
Yeah. Only an 8.5. I mean, it's a respectable score, but like I think that'd be a 9 at least.
Yeah.
Lois and Clark shows up again. LA Law, 21 Jump Street, Star Trek: The Next Generation. The 80s Beauty and the Beast series he shows up in an episode of.
Yep.
Hunter, the 80s cop series. Remington Steele shows up again. The A-Team. The Fall Guy. He was in an episode of that. Silver Spoons. And that's really it as far as the notable stuff.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Danny Cooksey, who played the kid who lied to the fucking cop.
Hell yeah.
He has also been in a ton of shit over the years. Excuse me.
Really?
He has done a load of voice work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Hey Arnold. He does a lot of voices in Hey Arnold. He's Stoop Kid.
Stoop Kid, get off the stoop.
Kung Fu Panda. He's in the series of that, the TV series. Kick Buttowski. He's in the Lorax movie from 2012. He plays young Snake Eyes and Snake Eyes in G.I. Joe Renegades. So, young Snake Eyes, okay, might need a voice.
Yeah.
Snake Eyes?
Snake Eyes does not.
Yeah.
No. Snake Eyes has no voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phineas and Ferb. Let's see. He's in the Mad World video game 2009.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
There was like a series of those, like these little like fish-looking alien creatures. I think that's the one I think it is. That's Oddworld. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
we're gonna go right over Mad World then. Don't know what the fuck it is.
Huh. Something that nobody watches.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go close that door real quick.
Yeah, please.
Keep going.
We can do a Be Right Back.
I mean, it's just gonna be 10 seconds.
All right. Is a voice in Quake 4. Kim Possible shows up again. Invader Zim, Static Shock, Teen Titans, the good one from the early 2000s. That was an awesome series.
What's that?
The Teen Titans series from the early 2000s.
The original one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Teen Titans Go, fun, but
Not the same.
not the same.
Yeah. He was a voice in the series Recess, Saturday morning cartoon. Used to watch that while I was working at McDonald's on Saturday afternoons. Used to be like always on whenever I was on break.
What was?
Recess.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Hey Arnold shows up again. Little Mermaid TV series.
Mhm.
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Ren and Stimpy. Tiny Toons.
Was he the episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Was that one of the clown episodes?
Let's see.
Like the clown video game?
Tale of the Guardian's Curse.
No, that wasn't it.
Boy and his sister wishing to spend more time with their workaholic father.
Oh, that's right.
When they bargain for when their father's work comes home, the form of an Egyptian curse, and a live mummy.
Yeah. That show was so rad.
It was Tales from the Crypt for kids. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
Let's see. Plucky Duck had a show of his own. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
It's a Tiny Toons character.
Looks like it had a season.
Yeah. He was in Mom and Dad Save the World, 1992. He was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, the animated
Cartoon,
TV
yeah.
series. Yeah. He was in The Karate Kid, the animated TV series.
No. What? Oh my God, I do remember that.
His new friend Taki.
Like the potato chip?
Oh my God, Pat Morita was in that fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, he probably needed the paycheck towards the end.
In 89?
Aside from Mr. Miyagi, like, he probably had some
Yeah.
Happy Days, like, rerun money coming in.
Yeah.
He was a voice in the 80s Superman cartoon. He was in Mac and Me in 1988. Shows up in an episode of Growing Pains, the Pound Puppies animated series from the 80s, Werewolf, the Fox TV show, Original MacGyver. He's in Mr. Belvedere,
Jesus.
a lot of 80s shows, Riptide. He was in 48 episodes of Different Strokes. Pretty sure he's the kid who gets molested in the bike shop in that show.
Yeah?
Yeah, isn't it Sam is the one who gets molested?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. He was in the 80s Twilight Zone revival. His first role was in 1983 in The Dukes of Hazzard. Was it a Coy and Vance year? I think it might have been.
83?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they sucked.
Yeah.
We went over the big thing he was known for.
Oh, Salute Your Shorts?
Salute Shorts, yeah.
Yeah.
26 episodes.
Bobby Budnick. I can smell your fear.
Jeanette Goldstein, who we have talked about several times before, actually.
Yeah.
Although I don't think we
At least twice.
Yeah, I don't think we did like this segment when we did Aliens, but we
Yeah,
definitely
we did.
That was like episode 4 or 5.
No.
Dude, that was one of the early episodes.
I don't believe
It's
you.
easily within the.
I don't
within the
believe
fir-
you.
It's. Well, I'm going to say within the first 8, definitely in the first 10.
Wait. Well, we at least talked about her for Near Dark.
Near Dark, yeah.
Ugh.
She was Vasquez in Aliens and Diamondback in Near Dark.
Yeah.
She has been in a ton of shit over the years as well. Well, we don't really need to go into it because we've talked about her before. But yeah, she's a character actress who shows up like
Nothing
all
new.
over the place. She's still with us? Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't been anything since like 2019.
Yeah.
All right, we will move on. Xander Berkeley, who played John's foster father, Todd.
Yep.
Feel like we talked about him in something before. I was going through this and like nothing jumped out at me.
I don't know, but maybe because we've talked about Barbed Wire before.
Probably.
Ooh, what a piece of trash that movie was.
He was recently in The Mandalorian for an episode. He's in the MacGyver reboot.
Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna go over him. I think.
I didn't need the MacGyver reboot.
Yeah.
I really don't.
He's in 33 episodes of The Walking Dead. That might be the thing he's probably most known for. He is just kind of like not just. I mean, he's a pretty well-known character actor.
Yeah.
Just shows up in a lot of stuff over the years. There's a lot of, I think, voice work for DC also.
Oh yeah.
Like the animated stuff. He's in 2 episodes of Justified. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move on from there. Yeah.
Do the thing.
Up next, we have Robert Winley. He was the guy who puts the cigar out on, not Stallone, Schwarzenegger's chest.
Yeah.
There we go. Fucking wine, man.
1 glass of wine?
Like 12, 13% alcohol. I don't know.
Yeah.
He is also in Near Dark, patron in bar.
He's got that look.
Yeah. He was in an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger, an episode of Sliders. He is in Pinocchio's Revenge, playing, wait for it, a biker.
What?
Yeah. Shows up in an episode of The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Mm-hmm.
1994. That show is 30 years
Fuck
old.
you. Fuck all of you.
Oh, God. I would watch that. Oh, God. I was 15 when I watched that. He's in the Van Damme movie Death Warrant.
Yeah.
He is also in an episode of Tales.
Oh, you're going to skip right over Stone Cold.
Oh my God. I didn't mean to. He is in Stone Cold, a fucking 80s, 90s, cheesy fucking classic.
Perfection when it comes to cheesy action movies.
We talked about that movie with William Forsythe when we did the panel with him. Yeah. Well, you're probably not expecting Stone Cold questions, but we have Stone Cold questions.
Oh,
he's in the first episode of Tales from the Crypt, The Man Who Was Death. Back to this dude, Near Dark, we mentioned, shows up in an episode of Sledgehammer. That was 1986. His first episode is in the 85 Clint Eastwood movie Pale Rider.
Hell yeah.
Lastly, we have Pete Schrum. He was the dude who owned the biker bar, who pulls the shotgun on Schwarzenegger. He has been in some things here and there. He was in Dead Man with Johnny Depp in 1995.
Movie's weird.
Herman's Head shows up again. He was in an episode of Quantum Leap. He was in Demonic Toys in 1992. He was in that show True Colors, which is a Fox Sunday night dramedy. It was before they did animation on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
He's in Father Dowling Mysteries.
That was back when The Simpsons was on Thursday nights.
I think The Simpsons was on. This is 91. Yeah, I think you're right. It was Thursday nights at that point.
Yeah.
He's in the Father Dowling Mysteries. I might have gone over a Matlock credit. So that would have been 3 series of old people solving murders tonight.
Yeah. You did a Matlock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was in Night Court, 1990. He was in 5 episodes of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. He's in the movie Arena from 1989. It was a weird sci-fi
I almost
movie.
watched that the other night.
I haven't seen that in so long, probably since the 90s.
Yeah. No, it's I had the show more up, and I was like, not tonight.
Yeah.
Not tonight.
He was in an episode of Family Ties, 1987. He's in the movie Trancers, 1984. We just talked about the director of that movie, I believe, a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
He shows up in Aftermash for an episode. T.J. Hooker.
No, thank you.
He's in The Jerk 2,
No.
1984. Shows up on an episode of Fantasy Island. 2 episodes of Trapper John M.D. Give Me a Break. 9 episodes of that. Anything else worth mentioning? Quincy. That's 4 people, old people solving murders. And then he is in Delta House in 1979. It's his first role. It's the Animal House TV series.
I'm not going to hit the Pentaveret.
Yeah, one shy of it. I mean, we do have Trapper John if you want to like make an honorable exception.
No, I don't.
Yeah. God, who did we miss? We do this every time.
We didn't have a
Is it Columbo?
Diagnosis Murder.
We didn't have a Diagnosis Murder. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Columbo's not on the list.
We could give it an honorable mention. It doesn't really show up a lot though.
Yeah.
That will do it for the Better Known As.
God damn.
On to the crapshoot. I have been on a fucking movie devouring fucking streak.
Still?
Yeah. I don't really quite have the time to do one a day anymore. Like I would like to.
Yeah.
But I've gotten like 3 or 4 this week already. We mentioned this a couple weeks ago. Amanda and I went to see Poor Things, the new Yorgo Lanthimos movie.
Yeah.
Which is really good. I liked it a lot. So I keep hearing about how awesome his movies are, how great a director he is. I've never seen any of his movies.
Mm-hmm.
So the other night I watched The Lobster with Colin Farrell. That was really good. I like that movie a lot.
I know I'm familiar with the plot of that one. Is it? What the? It's like a fucking weird movie, right?
Yeah. All of his movies are like weird fucking movies.
Yeah.
It's like this kind of world where being single is like kind of outlawed. It's not, you're not allowed to be single. So whenever somebody is single, they basically have 45 days to like find somebody. They get sent to like this hotel, like kind of concentration camp thing.
Yeah.
And if they don't find somebody within 45 days, they get turned into an animal of their choosing. And like while they're there, they can do things to like add time.
Yeah.
They help like round up people who like escape, who are like trying to get away from all this. Like they get extra days added on if they catch somebody.
Okay.
It's fucking weird. He like it follows Colin Farrell. Like his wife leaves him, so he has to go there, and like he's trying to find somebody, and he like it's there's a couple of things like it's just so fucking weird. And usually like weird shit just kind of turns me off, but I was into it. It was good.
Yeah.
Like his brother is with him for like a good portion of the movie, and his brother had been turned into a dog. So like he's got this dog, and like he's in the hotel, and one of the women there, they just know her as the Heartless Woman. Like she's just this fucking like stone cold, just literally heartless fucking woman.
Yeah.
And like she has like 180 something days left on her stay there because she just keeps like they just send everybody out in the woods to find fucking like escapees.
Yeah.
And she's like the best to ever catch these escapees. Like she just keeps rounding them up.
Yeah.
So he ends up like his time's getting low and he doesn't want to get turned into an animal. So he tries to like fake being into her to like get into a relationship.
Yeah.
And then like she just wakes up one morning and she's like, I killed your brother. Like he was whining, so I just kicked him to death. And then he was whining more, so like I stabbed him.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And then they show the fucking dead dog, and I'm just like, yeah, fucking. But other than that, it's a really good movie.
Did you know that there's a website, and I'm pretty sure it's called "Does the Dog Die?"
Yeah. But like Colin Farrell ends up escaping and like going to live in the woods with these people who are like kind of like rebelling against the system and like
yeah.
It's just a very, very odd movie, but I liked it a lot.
Sounds like a Stranger Logan's Run.
Kind of, yeah. So there's a couple more movies of his I'm gonna watch.
Yeah.
Killing of a Sacred Deer is one. I think I'm gonna watch that one next.
Who did that?
Yorgos Lanthimos is his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know I've seen the title Killing of a Sacred Deer, but I don't remember what the fuck it's about.
Yeah. Other than that, I watched Pain Hustlers with Chris Evans and fucking Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. It's fucking Wolf of Wall Street with pharmaceutical reps instead of stockbrokers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Last night I went and saw The Iron Claw, which I liked
How
a
was
lot.
it?
I liked it a
Yeah.
lot. It's kind of a heavy movie.
It is. Well,
Yeah.
their whole family fucking story is heavy.
They even like lightened it up for the movie.
Yeah.
Like, and it's still like a fucking bummer.
Yeah. If anybody out there doesn't know, it's about the Von Erich brothers and their father, I'm assuming, is in it.
Yeah. They
Um,
were like legendary wrestlers, like
Yeah, they were like a huge part of the Texas wrestling scene, and like they became global. But then, what? 3 of them killed themselves.
The one brother, the first one to die was David. He was like on a wrestling tour in Japan. He was the one who was going to become like the superstar.
Yeah.
Died of like a ruptured intestine, like in his sleep or something, like in his hotel room.
Yeah.
The next one, Kerry got into. I did not know fucking.
Kerry had 1 foot.
Yeah, when he wrestled in the fucking 90s for
Yeah.
WWF, he had 1 fucking foot.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Man.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is like he.
That's why he started wearing boots. He didn't used to wear fucking shoes when he wrestled.
Yeah, his brother was always barefoot. I knew that, but yeah, like, I did not know that.
Yeah.
He lost his like half of his leg in like a fucking motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
That was insane. It's a lot about that. So like he gets in the accident, he gets all depressed.
That was Kerry, right? The
Kerry Von Erich, Texas Tornado.
Yeah.
He tries to make his comeback, but it's just not like it was before. He's not
Yeah.
like he's not like this unlimited like ability person anymore. He's just trying to hide the fact that he has 1 fucking foot.
Yep.
Their other like youngest brother, who was like kind of like the weakling of the group, he gets into wrestling, ends up like hurting his arm, but like ends up going into a coma somehow, like because of some weird like freak like medical condition.
Yeah.
He ends up waking up out of the coma, but he's like kind of like mentally like compromised a little bit. He's like a little slow.
Yeah.
He ends up killing himself.
Yeah.
Kerry ends up fucking killing himself.
And the dad killed himself, didn't he?
I don't know. They don't get into it in the movie anyway.
Oh wait, no. Maybe I'm thinking of. There was somebody else. Never mind.
One of the brothers is completely cut out of the movie. There's like 5 of them. Well, there's
Yeah.
6 altogether.
Yeah.
One of them died when they were a kid, so there's another one who died.
Right.
And one's just not in the movie for some reason. I think he survived.
Yeah.
And then Kevin, who's like the main brother in the movie, he also fucking survived.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's like a scene at the end where like he's sitting there crying, like he's playing with his kids, and like the kid's like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, I used to be a brother. Like he's like, I'm not a brother anymore. Like,
Yeah. It's fucking heavy.
yeah.
Yep.
But it's a good movie. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Their fucking story is fascinating. I
Yeah.
want to say, yeah, they had an episode on Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh, I'd imagine. Yeah.
Oh, that show is so good. I love it.
But yeah, it's got Zac Efron, who Amanda said this yesterday, and it's dead on. He looks like an actual He-Man figure now.
Yeah.
Like, he
Oh yeah.
broke his jaw and had like some plastic surgery, and like he just looks like a He-Man figure, like the face, like it's just the same face.
Yep.
And then Jeremy Allen White from The Bear is also is Kerry Von Erich.
Yeah. What was the first show that he broke out on?
Shameless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I've only seen a little bit of that show, but I did like it.
I heard it's good. Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I feel like
the
I
only-
watched something else too, and I don't remember another movie.
I don't know,
somewhere in there.
man. Like the only thing I really watched this week was this, and then when I was done watching this, I was like, I'm not done. And then I watched RoboCop.
I almost watched RoboCop yesterday.
Dude.
Yeah. I saw it was on HBO Max. I'm like, ooh. Yeah, not right now. Not right now.
Yep. It's just like I need more.
Yeah. I know I'm forgetting another movie to throw in there too.
I don't know.
I watched the Yorgos movie. I watched Pain Hustlers. I watched.
Dude, I fucking lose track of what I do during the week. By the time Saturday hits,
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember Monday.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely don't.
Um.
I'm gonna have to start writing shit down.
Yeah, I know I should have written this down because I've been tearing through movies lately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get into phases like that, but it's just like
I want to say it was like an Oscar-y movie too that I
Yeah.
watched.
no. Most of my week has been like trying to get the audio stuff like up to snuff and
Oh, I still
and
haven't listened to
improve.
it. Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Yeah. So last week's episode is gonna have like a different sound than normal because I found some like higher end plugins and
Alright.
stuff like that. So this week we're like, here's behind the scenes shit. Like we're recording at a higher volume, so I have a lower noise floor for when I record or for when I edit. So like it should be even better, but we'll see what happens. I could be fucking the whole thing up. I don't know.
Who knows? We're gonna find out the hard way.
Yeah.
I'm literally going through this. Is gonna bug the shit out of me, like looking at my, what the fuck did I watch this week?
What did I watch?
I've been watching Fargo, which is fucking awesome this season.
Yeah.
I really love that show.
A couple of weeks ago, I started watching X-Files. Going back, starting that.
All right.
Like real slow pace moving through the X-Files because it's realistically a fucking slow show.
Yeah.
Like I forgot how much like just drama is in that shit.
Oh, I've been watching more of the Venture Brothers. I love that. I'm in the third season now. The Scooby-Doo episode.
You're about to hit a fucking wall in that show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a fucking bummer.
It just gets like too weird for its own good.
The Scooby-Doo episode I just watched recently was fucking great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's so dark and like
God damn, I missed that show.
yeah. Oh man. What else? I put down Mario this week, not out of like, oh, I tried to watch Saltburn, that's right.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get into it. I heard how great of a movie it was.
I don't remember anything about it.
Yeah, it's like a rich people are fucked up movie. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
great. We had that in Infinity Pool.
yeah.
Oh, dude, In Search of Darkness.
I want to say I've never seen those. Yeah,
You have to watch those. It's a fucking. Each one is like a 3-hour documentary on a chunk of the 80s horror movies.
oh yeah,
And there's 3 of them.
yeah. Okay, yeah. I don't know how I haven't watched that yet.
I don't know either. It's right up your fucking alley.
High Plains Drifter. I haven't seen this in a long fucking time.
I can't say that. I watch Clint Eastwood westerns all the fucking time. Fucking Joe Kid, yeah.
God damn.
Like me and my father have this thing for the outlaw Josie Wales, and like the both of us, like you could just put that movie on, and I don't have to watch it.
Just yeah.
I can have it play in my head just from hearing it.
I just need a cue and it's playing in my head.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Killing of a Sacred Deer. Oh, that's the world I watched. Leave the World Behind. This was really good. I liked this movie a lot.
What is that?
It is it's fucking like Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke are like this like, you know, rich like family.
Okay.
They rent like, you know, Airbnb this house like out in the Hamptons. And like while they're going there, like shit's kind of going wrong, like stuff starts not working. There's like a blackout all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the first night they're at the B&B, like, you know, the doorbell rings and it's fucking Mahershala Ali, and like he's you know he's like, hi, my name's George something or other.
Yeah.
And like they're kind of freaked out because like it's a black dude, like even though he has his daughter with him, they're like, there's a black dude at the door. He's like, you know, you don't know me. He's like, we've actually talked before. He's like, you know, we communicated through email, so you wouldn't know me. He's like, I own this house. He's like, you know, we were just, you know, in the area. He's like, I'm sorry for dropping in. He's like, you know, something's happening. Something's going wrong. Is it okay if we just like stop here for a little while? Like, you know, we can even, you know, we'll stay like out of your way. Just, this is our house. Like, we assure you, like, everything's fine. Just like, is it okay if we stay?
Yeah.
So Julia Roberts is all like, fuck no. Like, you know, she's like kind of like trying not to say like she's creeped out by the black guy, but like,
Yeah.
she's just like, oh, you know, my kids are here, so no, you've got to go. Like, you know,
Yeah.
just like saying all this stuff. Like, but like more and more stuff starts going wrong, and all of a sudden there's like an emergency broadcast, and it turns out there was like a cyber attack that like knocked out all this stuff.
Okay.
So Mahershala Ali is like, my wife is in Europe right now. She's coming home tomorrow. She's supposed to come home tomorrow. She's supposed to fly in the morning. And he's giving her telling him like the whole story. And like he tells him like, I have a friend in the area. It turns out like he's this dude who he's like I think he's like an investment banker or something. He's like also like super rich.
Yeah.
He has all these clients. And like one of them is like kind of like a prepper guy. And he was telling him like something's coming. Like, you should beware. Like he's like even saying he's like looking at all the data, all the stuff that I've been seeing. Like something's about to happen. I don't know what. So like he goes to the guy's house like to find out what's going on. He gets there and like there's nobody in the house. Like everything's just kind of like abandoned and creepy. He goes out to the backyard and like he's just kind of walking and like he stumbles across like an arm, like just out and like it's on like the water on the beach and like he's like what the fuck, and he looks up, there's like body parts, and all of a sudden you just see like there's plane parts and like there's a fucking downed plane in the ocean where he's standing. Like,
oh,
so
that's intense.
Yeah, he's like what the fuck. So like as he's there, like all of a sudden another plane starts fucking coming in, like coming right at the fucking water, like right where he is. So he's like running away from this fucking plane crash. They never really specifically say what it was, but like they kind of hint that like like kind of like a couple of like America's enemies like teamed up and like cyber attacked, and like it gets intense. Like this one part where like they're trying to like one of the kids goes missing, and like Julia Roberts and Mahershala Ali's daughter are looking for her.
Yeah.
And like as they're walking, you see like New York City in the background, and there's just a fucking mushroom cloud. Like like,
oh
fuck, like yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That was a good.
So it's a
movie.
real pick me up.
Yeah.
Saying, yeah.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh, but that was really good.
Yeah. No, I've done shit.
Yeah, like I said, I've just been on a movie fucking tear.
Yeah. I want to, but then just like there's so many things that are like on the list. I don't know where to start. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's what it is.
Like, oh well, I want to watch that, but I'm not in the mood for that. Like.
Yeah. Like, it just like that's what it came down to this week. It was just like I want to watch something. I don't know what. It's like this. I'm watching this. Like, no questions. Just pick it and watch it.
Yeah.
And it's paid off so far. The only one that I backed out on was Saltburn. Yeah. I did not enjoy that. Anything else? Anything to mention in chat? I see we got some other. Looks like my wife.
Yeah.
What's up,
she's
babe?
just mentioning that you guys watched the first episode of Natalia Grace, whatever the fuck that is.
Oh yeah, it was this fucked up documentary about this girl. This family like adopts this girl who's supposed to be like 6, and like she might
she's
not
like
be
20
6.
something. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of real world weirdness, fucking Gypsy Rose got out of jail and people are losing their fucking minds.
That was what Amanda was watching upstairs.
Yeah. Like, okay, hooray.
Yeah, I don't
like
care.
Do you let a murderous conspirator like out of prison? Great.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a good place to wrap it up. I think that's all the stuff I've really watched.
Yeah.
Which is quite a bit. Oh, I started reading an awesome book, too.
Oh, did you?
There's this author who has written, this is like his 3rd book on this, kind of like a really comprehensive like history of comedy. His first book is called The Comedians, and it's like the history of like stand-up comedy. Mm-hmm. The second one is called We Had a Little Real Estate Problem, and it talks about how like comedy really originated with like Native Americans and all that. The newest book is the one I just started reading. It's fucking really good. I'm like 100 or so pages into it. It's called Outrageous. It's all about basically like the relationship between comedy and like the culture wars.
Yeah.
So everything, I mean, like it starts out with like vaudeville and like everybody's saying like, oh my God, this is the worst fucking thing ever. Like this is corrupting our children. Like, this is so terrible for the culture. And then like, everybody gets used to vaudeville, and then radio comes out and, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. It's corrupting our children.
Yeah.
Like, but he talks about how
somebody think of the children?
Yeah. Well, he talks about how like, well, the reason that is because like when like tastes change in comedy, like the people who were popular in vaudeville were doing all this like racist comedy and like playing stereotypes, and that became not popular. So when there was a new medium, they went to radio, and like that's where they got a new audience there, and like that's where that outrage came from. And like the same thing, like taste changed, they got kicked out.
Yeah.
That type of comedy moved on to the next thing, which is like TV. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's just in like it talks about how everything that we're basically going through culturally, like we've already been there. Like people don't even realize we've already gone through all of these like all these arguments about like it's really fucking interesting and a really, really good book.
Who wrote that?
His name's Cliff Nesteroff. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've heard of him.
He's been on like I know him because he's been on like a couple of comedy podcasts like talking about the books and like they all sounded awesome. This one I was like I have to absolutely read this one because it sounds way too good.
Yeah.
And it has been so far.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to read books again, but
Yeah, this is the first like book I've read in a long time.
yeah,
It's the first book I've read since Ready Player 2, and that was during pandemic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that will turn you off to books. Not that it was terrible, but
It was just not great. It wasn't like
so vanilla.
yeah. The first book was so awesome, and this one was just like,
It was forced.
Yeah.
It was absolutely forced.
I didn't appreciate where the story went. Like
You're not writing about the characters that I want to hear about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We had that conversation when it came out. Like,
Yeah.
I want the story of the other hunters. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want rich people problems.
yeah,
I don't. I can't relate to that.
yeah. That's right. I forgot about we talked about that. That
Yeah.
was a while ago.
So long. All right.
Let's wrap it up.
I think we're going to wrap it up now. Give you the socials and let you guys get out of here.
Let me make sure. I'm just making sure there's somebody we can raid.
Oh, yeah. I think Thor is on. Anyway, our website is www.bigdumbmonsterspodcast.com or bigdumbmonsters.com, whichever you like. We are on Facebook. We are Big Dumb Monsters Pod. If you have suggestions for the show, movies, drinks, things that we can change about the show, anything, email us, bigdumbmonsters@gmail.com. We want to hear what you have to say. We are on Slasher, the all horror social network. We are Big Dumb Monsters Pod. I'm sorry, Big Dumb Monsters Podcast there. And you can add us on Steam if you feel like.
Forgot to mention this.
Big Dumb Monsters.
What are your thoughts on bringing the wives back for a Valentine's Day show?
My wife brought that up to me. So I think they've been scheming.
I was instructed to bring that by your wife. I almost forgot to do that.
I'm cool with it.
She's like, we don't even have to do it. She's like, I just want to see his reaction if you bring it up.
Scheming, plotting, women.
I have done my part.
Brides of the Monsters.
She's like, I told him I want to do Twilight.
Yeah, I don't. We're
Like
not going to.
Like, we've been doing that joke for a while. Yeah, no. Back to the socials. You can find us on Instagram and Threads at big_dumb_monsters. We will get this Instagram live thing figured out. We are also on YouTube at Big Dumb Monsters. Stop by the channel there. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Leave a few likes, maybe some comments. It's all free, folks. Go for it. On Twitch, also stop by, subscribe. I don't know if you can like stuff there, but if you can, do it. We are at Big Dumb Monsters on Twitch. You should check out our merch store at TeePublic.
Yeah.
Look for the Big Dumb Monsters store. And those are our plugs.
That's it.
That is it.
That is it. That is the end of the show.
Communication over.
Do not let ghoulies eat your ass.
Never sleep in a deathbed.
Bye-bye.